heals people, it brings folk together. It's just a really lovely, lovely thing, and the world would be a lot worse if we didn't have music in it. Hi, I'm Stuart or Stu. I'm a DIY musician and gig promoter based in Edinburgh. I'm from Aberdeen and I run Fuzz Bat Gigs, which is what we're here to talk about today. The next show is on the 2nd of March at St Vincent's Chapel. It's an all-dayer, basically things start at 2 o'clock and it's on until about 10:30. It's always really special doing gigs in the chapel, like very, very lovely, and the acts I do pick to play in there, they generally all sound really amazing in there. You got lovely reverb and the bass sounds really good in there as well. It's a lovely place to play a show at. That's not switched on at the wall, is it? Oh, it's not even plugged in, that's why. The acts that you've got playing are Adam Stafford, Alicia Shah, Bell Lungs, Brendan Lamont, Cameron's Measureless, Gaze's Ghost, Palais, and then I'm going to do a solo set as Puppet Midnight. I was terrible at the recorder and I was terrible at the guitar as well. I tried to play these things, I couldn't really play them. I could play a little bit of keys, but I wasn't really good at that either. It wasn't until I was nearly 14 I picked up bass, and once I picked that up I was like, oh, this all makes sense to me now.
Woo! Yeah!
I started basically playing bass in various bands, and yeah, and then I basically gradually got more involved with sort of the DIY music scene and everything, and met a bunch of like-minded fellow amazing musicians who I'm blessed to call pals. A lot of them still pals to this day. Really, what are you mouthing off to him? Nothing. Started playing shows with them, and then one day I thought to myself, why don't I organise my own show? So I organised a show at Sketchy Beats Cafe with my band and friends of ours whose music I liked, and put a wee show together, and it went quite well for a first gig. And I thought, well, that's quite fun. I'll do these every so often. And then after a while, I was like, quite like putting on gigs. So I thought to myself, well, why don't I try putting on bands that aren't why don't I try putting on a gig where I don't play at the show? I put on bands that I just like and stuff. And then I did a bit of that, and then got more into the graduate just bossing from there to putting on acts from all over. And there were one where I put 2 gigs on back in 2019. I put 2 gigs on close together, and they were great gigs. Like all the musicians were brilliant and stuff, but I only had 4 folk come down at the first one, and then it was like maybe 15 or something at the second one. But it's because I put 2 gigs on in the same week, so that was my own fault. And those gigs were great gigs, like lots of amazing musicians and stuff, but the turnouts weren't so good. And then I remember like after those gigs had happened, questioning if I should still put on shows or not. I had a real kind of crisis in confidence. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. What's the point of putting on all these amazing musicians if people don't come and see them? Here we are at 22, and if it might be, if it's worth waiting another 5, it's
I'll play to an empty chair.
But then luckily my love for DIY and communities and music and everything just prevailed over that, and I was like, I'm gonna keep putting on shows. And then it totally turned around, and I put on a gig, two gigs, one that same month and one the following month actually, where the attendance was amazing and all the acts were great and stuff as well. And it was like, yeah, okay, I'm I'm back with this again. So, but I think we'll be fine. I mean, this is the best gig that's on today's. You've got to turn up, get the door all sorted, so I've got to get a float together. Sometimes I'll bring my own float, other times the venue will provide me with one. I think that's the door actually set up nice and fast actually, because I already have my floats. Yeah, get the float at the door, basically liaise with the sound tech and everything, like speak to them and everything, give them a hand if they need to get some stuff set up. Can I give you a hand with setting up anything? Or I can show you what stuff is. I can put...
We've got a big cable, where's our power?
Yeah, and then you basically just get everything sorted. You basically make sure the set times are up somewhere, so post them in the event or put them on the door. You got to get the food sorted, so a lot of times I make the food myself the night or two before the gig. Other times my friend Ryan sometimes makes food. He's going to come in and do it here while people are playing,
yes.
which is extra lovely. Because last time he just turned up with it, but this time he's going to go use the kitchen and.
Oh wow! So
he was quite into doing it live today. He sort of said so.
I suppose that's a performance in its own right, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he says he's rediscovered his love for cooking actually. Yeah, you just got to make sure the night runs smoothly and communicate with acts and the tech and everything. Just all work together. It's all part of it. It's all a big community. You've all just got to work together, and everyone's got to do their bit and everything. So you do all that, and then then you can all have a pint in the pub afterwards, as a reward for all the hard work. The world is shite, but this has been a really lovely day. Thank you all so much for being here, for being amazing. Thank you for being a lovely audience. It's been really, really lovely. Thank you to all the acts again. Thank you to all the folk who worked tonight. It's been such a lovely gig. Long may DIY cool gigs continue, and thanks for just being awesome. And I've had such a lovely. I'm so full of love for this. Thank you so much. Cheers. Swimming, walking, climbing, smiling, with a big cheesy grin. So keep it to axolotl, then permanent in the water. You don't develop lungs and never grow up. Everybody was absolutely brilliant. All the acts were amazing. Top quality food, top quality poster, top quality sounds, top quality venue, top quality filming. Everything's been grand. Could not have gone better. And hey, and it's done before 11 o'clock.